All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1032, Kirby case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Kirby, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, this gentleman, Douglas Kirby, he stopped paying child support about a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Danny, he's 8 now. I want to know what is going on, and I want to know when he's gonna stop paying child support, please.
Okay. So how long has it been since he paid child support?
He paid for 3 years.
Okay.
And it's been 2 years since I haven't received anything.
Okay. 2 years. Okay. And you said the child is 8?
Yes.
8 years. Okay.
Mr. Carter steps up with no theatrics, just facts. He manages a clothing store, brings home $35K a year, and is the primary caregiver to his 2 sons. Meanwhile, his ex? She rakes in $150K annually between dental work and Herbalife, yet contributes nothing to child support. Oh, and Carter's a retired vet. The emotional and financial load is real. When the judge turns to her, she shrugs it off, blaming Carter's money issues on casino visits, but he fires back. He's either working or with his boys. This isn't just about cash. It's about showing up.
All right, Mr. Kirby, is there a reason why you have not paid child support in 2 years?
Correct, Your Honor. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 3 years ago, and over the period of 8 months, it actually got really bad, and so I have not been able to really. I'm unemployed at the moment. I have not been able to work. I do, however, I receive disability and Social Security, and I've got the paperwork here if you need to see that.
Well, I have a copy of it up here with you, what was turned in.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I see award letters. He does receive Social Security and disability.
Well, first of all, I think he's lying. Second of all, he can work with minimal duties.
Well, what do you think he's lying about? You think he's lying about the disability? You think he's lying about the award letters that I'm looking at because they look like official documents from the state?
Okay, ma'am, it's like this.
But Carter's had the kids for 7 straight weeks while she's been off traveling. That catches the judge's attention fast. The mom claims it was training, but the court digs deeper into her income. $125K from her main job, another $25K from side hustle sales. Carter's earnings? Barely a dent in comparison.
This guy is not good. Once we got married 9 years ago, I took care of him. Doesn't have a job. I made him to go back to college. I made him to get a degree. He's got a good job in IT. Okay, as soon as he got the job, okay, I don't want to be married anymore. Really? All right, you have a good job. Pay child support. Then, okay, he was paying $1,000 a month. Now I'm $1,000 a month short for 2 years.
Okay, I understand that, but you understand that he has a legitimate excuse for not paying anything, right? I understand it may be frustrating, but you do understand that, right?
He cannot work in IT. He cannot just push the buttons.
Well, not if
not
he
like
has something from a doctor saying that he cannot work. Until he gets something that actually releases him to work or he stops receiving benefits from the state, we really can't order him to pay any child support.
The judge lays it out. One parent's making 6 figures, the other is scraping by. Still, dad's the one covering daily costs? Not okay. Mom tries to justify it with talk of private school and piano lessons, but Carter calls it scholarships covered it all. Then she tries to flex her success in court, but the judge isn't here for ego. It's about equal parenting, not luxury in one home and struggle in the other.
I think what he wants to do, he just wants to stay home, sleep until noon, whatever, then go out there, play guitar or whatever it is that he was doing before we got married. He just doesn't want any responsibilities. And I think he needs a reevaluation on his medical exam.
Okay. Well, you definitely can pay for that if you want to do a reevaluation or anything like that, but he can't give you what he does not have. So I can't modify his child support or anything like that to make him pay you any more money. I just can't do that. Not when he has a legitimate reason not to be doing it.
Can you order him to pay health insurance? Because I'm paying $300 right now for the health insurance for the child.
Is that for the child only or is that
Yes,
for
ma'am,
you?
for the child only.
Okay, like I said, until he, gets some sort of clearance, some sort of,
Carter says he's stretching every dollar. Parks, Six Flags when possible, hand-me-downs for clothes. Mom, on the other hand, is jetting the eight. Boys off to Paris and Disney cruises. They live rent-free in her $350K home. But the judge stays focused. Who's been there daily for the past 7 weeks? Dad, not the jet setter.
W-2 paycheck stub that says he's making around the amount that he was making. I mean, you really can't do anything at this point.
Okay, fine. Even if though he receives less money now, but he still can pay child support out of that amount, right?
Well, he can pay, it's taken out of the lesser amount, but not from his Social Security benefit. It's not going to be taken out of that.
So there's nothing I can do about it.
Not at this point, unfortunately. Do you know when, well, you probably don't know, has the doctor said anything about you being released back to work full time or anything like that?
Nothing at the moment. It's not something I'm against. I was making good money doing IT, and she's right. She did push me to
defend herself, says her. Training helps fund their private education. But again, the judge cuts through the noise. The issue isn't her ambition, it's balance. 2 boys, 2 homes, but only one parent doing the heavy lifting. Then she throws in that she's raising her sister's 3 kids. The judge doesn't flinch. They're not part of this case. This court's about fairness for these 2 boys, and the scales are clearly tipped.
Go back to college and get my degree, and it worked out for quite a bit. I even set some money aside for college for Danny, but it's just at the moment I can't. And like I said, over 8 months it just kept getting worse. There's small signs of it getting slightly better, but it's really bad right now. I can't stare at screens. The numbers get blurred within it. At the moment, I do apologize. But it's not something I can do. I would love to. I love our son as much as you do, but I mean, right now, if we're being honest, you make decent. You make a decent amount annually.
I believe he's sincere.
The judge rules. Mom owes $1,456 a month in child support, effective immediately. Not as punishment, but to level the playing field. Carter exhales. Mom looks stunned. This isn't revenge, it's restoration. Kids shouldn't feel like they live in 2 worlds depending on which house they're in. She tries to throw in a last-minute jab about Carter's past, but the judge cuts her off. Not relevant. Final ruling stands. $1,456 monthly. Justice served, not for the parents, but for the kids.